The Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer is here, after months and months of waiting. So much speculation, basically going insane. We finally have the trailer, and it was amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
And with all the speculation and all the ideas people were coming up for what this trailer was going to turn out like, it lived up to the hype, and the hype train has officially begun. From Keanu Reeves as Shadow, to the plot itself, Eggman returning, all the things that we've seen in this trailer, I'll be covering today, because I was up very early to see this trailer. 9 AM was there as soon as it dropped. I'll be covering all that in today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer.
Can you see all of me walk into my disco?
Our trailer picks up probably a little bit after the Knuckles show that released a few months back, and we finally see that Sonic has basically grew up since the second movie and knows who he is. He doesn't need to be flashy just for the sake of it, and he knows who his friends are, and he has a group that he can finally call home. And with this, it's nice to see that every Sonic film is like a building block towards Sonic growing up. And with this, none of this lasts too long, because it seems like there's this oil rig that's out at sea, and this is where Shadow's been contained all this time, and the gun has been researching him ever since. Now we don't know what caused it, but he breaks out and completely demolishes the unit. And we do get a glimpse of Shadow and Maria, and I think we all know where this is going. Maria! And we get some really hard-ass shots. Look, we have this shot of Shadow and Gerald Robotnik, and this is most likely after Maria dying, and oh my god. One thing I have to commend this movie for is the VFX looks so good. Like, the Sonic 2 VFX was already great, but you can really tell they put out all the stops with this movie. They know that the Sonic movie franchise is going to be extremely profitable for Paramount, and this just looks straight out of an Avengers movie. I'm really not joking. And it seems like after Shadow broke out, I guess Gunn now has to trust Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles to be the only ones that can really stop this threat. So, from the previous movie, Gunn wasn't really on the side of Sonic and his friends, but now they kinda have to put the differences aside and actually work together to take this down. It's almost like Gunn is like S.H.I.E.L.D. contacting Sonic when there's always a threat. But we see Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles end up in which I'm guessing might be Tokyo. I'm really not sure. It probably is. You know, them jumping out of the helicopter. You know what they were doing. You know what they were doing. And we just see Shadow like a badass walking on top of fire and just looking down on them like they're minuscules to him. We get a bit of his voice, but it's just Keanu, but it fits perfectly with him. And Knuckles really doesn't see this as much as a threat. They realize that he's obviously a hedgehog just like Sonic, and Knuckles just goes in for the punch, and, well... Damn! A part of me saw this coming, but he just completely wipes the floor with all of them. And at that point, it's the realization that they can't stop him. Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, not even all three of them combined can stop Shadow. And we get a few clips of Shadow beating up some gun agents. I'm assuming this happens in the beginning when he first breaks out, but you never know, this could be a backstory scene. We really don't know, but he just still looks badass regardless. And then you just see his air shoes just skiing across the ocean. Just such a badass shot. I'm telling you, the VFX is just insane here. And it comes to the realization of Sonic and Tails. I mean, we see this giant aircraft coming over London. I'm not sure what this is, because I don't see this in the same scene I'm about to talk about, but I'm not sure what that is. Apparently, we see Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in London quite a lot in this movie, but Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles realize they have one person they have to go to solve this problem, and it's Robotnik. Now, originally, I did not think this was going to happen. I thought there was going to be a dynamic with Eggman and Shadow with this movie, but it seems like they're not going down that route. It seems like Sonic is going to have to team up with Robotnik for this, and he seems like he's gone through basically what I can describe as a Thor from Avengers Endgame. He's just given up. Ever since Sonic 2, he had the power of the Master Emerald, he had everything in his hands, and he lost. I think that was his realization that he couldn't stop the Hedgehog, and it seems like he's just chilling in that pod the entire time since then. And the only way for Sonic to even get his approval is by taking a quill. Now, what he's going to use this quill for, that's up in the question. Honestly, there are plenty of things he can do with his robots. We may even see Metal Sonic. You really don't know what they're going to do with this. And on top of that, we also don't know if Robotnik's going to even portray Sonic in this movie. You know, he's unpredictable, so we just have to see. Plenty of times in the game, Sonic has teamed up with Eggman, so this is no surprise. But it is also just great to see Jim Carrey back. He stated in the last movie that he was retiring after that, and everyone just got really sad about that. We really didn't know where the franchise was going to go after that. But him returning for this movie, I think he saw the scale of this movie, saw what they were going for, and was like, okay, I think I'm going to come back for this one. And it's just always great to see him on screen. The casting as Robotnik was just perfect casting. I can't get enough of him. And in the trailer, we see Shadow mention when we're done. It doesn't really reference to what he's doing. In the entire trailer, it seems like he's just doing this on his own, but who else is he working with to, you know, accomplish what he's doing? That's one thing I did notice. And we'd see him on his motorbike. It looks so damn amazing. We heard like a few months back that there was like a little screening of Sonic 3, not the entire movie. Just a clip of Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails fighting Shadow on his motorbike, and I cannot wait for that scene to play out. I know the fight sequences in Tokyo are gonna go absolutely insane. We also get a scene here, which I'm also assuming is in Tokyo, of missiles going into this place, and we see Chao in the background, a little reference there. I was wondering when we're in this franchise we were gonna see them show up, but it's also nice to just get a little reference in there as well. But this movie, from some scenes, seems like it's going to push Sonic to his limits he hasn't faced in these previous movies, and I really cannot wait to see it. And then we get the little end scene at the end of the trailer, where we're finally introduced to Gerald Robotnik, who is conveniently also being played by Jim Carrey. It makes the most sense, them just going back and forth. I can tell that's going to be a fun moment. How this is going to happen, we'll just have to see, because this is probably the entryway and how we're going to find out about Maria. I'm just spitballing here, but that's probably how we're going to find out. I don't think Shadow's going to spill that. I think it's most likely going to be Gerald. And then the trailer concludes with December 20th, 2024. This movie is still coming out. It was not getting delayed, thank God. And the hype train has officially begun. This movie got like 200,000 views in the first like 10 minutes. This movie is gonna absolutely destroy the box office when it first comes out. Step aside, everyone, in December. Move out the way, Mufasa. Move out the way, Kraven. You weren't even competition in the first place. This movie is going to be a monster. And to be fair, it doesn't seem like it's going to be getting that IMAX release I thought it was going to be getting. It seems like it's getting Dolby and 40X. I guess Mufasa is still getting it because Disney by default, you know. But you know, that might change. I think they may see the hype train this movie is building up and may change that, because Sonic 3 it's going to be a monster weekend, and I'm pretty sure majority of people are going to go see Sonic 3. There's going to be those families that are going to be like, those kids are going to want to see Sonic 3. They're not going to go see Mufasa. That's just not going to happen. It'll make money, but Sonic 3 is going to be a monster. A lot of people are spitballing $1 billion. Well, that's a very high point to put the movie at. I do think that it has that hype to get there, but probably close to it. I'm not sure about $1 billion. But this easily is going to be the highest grossing Sonic movie. And on top of that, Sonic X Shadow is coming out in October. This is the year of Shadow. Shadow is, if not the most popular Sonic character, even surpassing Sonic himself. I don't even think Sega knew that was going to be possible back then. Also, people are thinking, are they going to give him the gun? That is still up in the air. Maybe. I mean, a PG movie, you can still give him the gun. I mean, as long as he doesn't shoot people, but we'll just see. If they just give him like a deagle, I wouldn't mind, but this trailer lived up to all the expectations, and I'm fine here. I don't really need anything else after this. We'll probably not get another trailer until like November, like a final trailer before the movie comes out, but I'm not watching that. I am set here, I've seen everything I need to see, and I'm sure other people feel that same way. This movie is going to be insane, and I cannot wait for it. But what did you think of the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know down in the comments, and let me know, what are you most excited for with this movie? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.